Welcome back to Let's Talk Veterans Affairs with Dennis Anderson. To fill in just a little bit more by way of introduction so we understand why we're having a conversation here. I'm what's called a veteran of the Vietnam War era, but there's a difference between a veteran of the Vietnam War era and a Vietnam War veteran. A Vietnam War veteran is somebody who really saw combat or operated in theater inside South Vietnam. So it's kind of the difference between lightning and lightning bug. There were millions of us who were in service at any given time, and for about 15 years in our country's history, there were a couple of 100,000 Americans who were serving in Vietnam, mostly men and a few very brave and valiant women who mostly worked in the Army Nursing Corps or other services nursing corps. But part of our discussion is, well, we have veterans that span generations. We have 20 years of veterans from the post 9/11 wars. And we also have a very large cohort of Vietnam War era veterans and Vietnam War veterans. So some part of what we're here to explore is who or what exactly is a veteran. I've had friends of mine from the National Guard or the Reserve say, I do not feel as if I'm a veteran because did I go anywhere? On the other hand, the fact is that if you spent 30 days in continuous service, you're generally considered to have been a veteran. And that's what makes you at the doorway or at the doorway of eligibility for some of the very important benefits that can improve your life. Who is a veteran? It can be a man or a woman. It can be somebody who is approaching 100 years old, or it could be someone who has not yet arrived at their 21st birthday. But the thing that they have in common is they served in one of the branches of service, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Coast Guard are also veterans, even though they work in a different department other than the Department of Defense. And National Guard and reservists become eligible for an expansion of their benefits whenever they go on to 30 days of federal duty. Non-combatants are veterans, and combatants who have borne the burden of the battle, many of whom are joined by their family members, who also end up by extension bearing the burden of the battle. They are the ones who probably are most likely to be seen as the truest of veterans, but the way I've heard it, all who have served are deserving of the title veteran, so long as the service was honorable. And we even have veterans who we must take into consideration in our family who were ejected from service other than honorable. The only ones who really disgrace us are what's called the dishonorable discharge, and they are very few in numbers. To get a dishonorable discharge, you really need to have robbed a bank, committed a sexual assault, had a homicidal episode, and it needs to be so serious that you went to break rocks somewhere at the place they still call Leavenworth. So that brings us down to some of the terms that we're going to be discussing is who is a veteran and who is eligible for recognition as a veteran. And that's what we want to talk about on Let's Talk Veterans Affairs. So if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe because it will help us with the work that we want to do, that we want to be of help to you.